Jorge Masvidal has been competing since 2003, and he is a professional MMA fighter with over 55 fights in his career. He was recently at the Joe Rogan Experience, where Joe Rogan praised him for still being in the game. Masvidal then explained how he has managed to do this, despite being 38 years old.
The training that I do, I never get too far away from the training. And another thing is that I've kept it like natural for the most part. I've seen a lot of guys come in 4 or 5 years. They do a little bit of the enhancements and cheating and then tear this, break that. So these guys ain't around no more. I just feel like I couldn't afford it when I was coming up, any of that stuff. So I just never did it, you know. So I've always kept like my body more or less healthy. I've had injuries that are horrible, obviously, in combat sports, but I've always just been able to like heal through them.
As you heard, one of the reasons Masvidal has been able to last so long as a professional fighter is because he's kept it natural. He mentions that he has seen several UFC fighters who have taken some form of enhancements or cheated, which has later led to injuries. According to Masvidal, he had a tough childhood. He often took part in street fights, and he was not allowed to continue on the high school wrestling team because of his grades. In order for it to become something of him, and for him to have a future that he is proud of, he had to be true to himself. So he couldn't afford that stuff, and he has therefore always kept his body more or less healthy. He's obviously had injuries as well, but he's always been able to fight through them, which has contributed to him being able to go so many fights. He holds the record for the fastest knockout in UFC history. It only took him 5 seconds to knock out Ben Askren, and Masvidal has a total of 35 victories in his career. There is therefore no doubt that he can look back on a good and motivating career when he decides to retire. In the podcast, he talks about what it takes to make it, not just in the UFC, but in life. He believes that as long as you believe you can learn something new every day, you will always move forward in life. It doesn't matter from who or what. The moment you think you have nothing more to learn and that you know everything, that's the moment everything stops. That's it. You stop moving forward. Therefore, it is important to have the mentality that you still have a lot to learn. And Masvidal says he's always believed in this, from a young age to this day. You have to stick with that commitment. But what do you think? Does Masvidal still have a few years left? And does he have any more fights in him? Please let me know in the comment section below. Till next time.